What's up, guys? This is Edward back with another video. I wanna I just want to let y'all know that the deity thing starts in the 7th hour. I apologize because for some reason that link is not clicking. So I just wanted to let y'all know this is gonna be 5 minutes. I just want to get something off my chest. I want to say this first. I got, there's a couple of YouTubers in here that are Hebrew Israelite. I believe Soul and Black's Hebrew Israelite, people that actually read me into the manosphere. So I respect these guys. I respect these guys to believe what they want to believe. I'm not really challenging what they're saying is true or not. But one thing that annoys me about a lot of Hebrew Israelites, and I'm talking specifically about the nut jobs, because like everybody, whether it's Igmores, SYSBM, pro blacks, you got people that are legit, and you got people that are not legit, and usually the people that are not legit are the loudest in the room because they're more about wanting to believe something. So I want to make this absolutely clear before I say it, because motherfuckers are going to get offended. And if they're going to get offended, they're getting offended because they want to get offended, not because it's anything I've said. Now, I've listened to a couple of these, this video. I also wanted to, like I said, it's in the 7th hour. So I don't know why the link is not working. It should work with a timestamp. It's not. A timestamp is when you can actually put a link and it'll take you to the exact time a clip happened in a video. So that way y'all don't have to. So with BGS's stuff, it's like 8 hours. So the timestamp is, but it happens exactly on the 7th hour to when it's just them talking. This is something I need y'all to understand. Hey, you believe and believe. And I'm not going to be one in this sense to tell somebody what it ain't or something like this. But this is the one thing the Hebrew Israelites have to fucking understand. Just because you believe something does not mean that the reality is all black people are what you say the fuck it is, and you have the information and nobody else has it. If it says you are descendant of Indian, really you're not African, you're really Indian, then okay, that's cool. You can believe that. I did it like this happened on a video maybe like a month ago, month and a half ago. Now, where you remember, if y'all consistently listen to me, where I spent like 45 minutes. Hebrew Israelite. I'm like, if that's what you want to believe, that's cool. What you believe, Hebrew Israelites, the ones that do this. Because to be fair, I'm a Christian, right? But I don't like evangelism. I personally believe that you exuding your faith should be a shining light that attracts people to you based, and that's how you live your faith. I see a lot of that in Stephen Curry. But this thing about you pounding the pavement, is what they think they should be. There's something to that. If I guess if what you believe is not known, this is why I talk about the gynocracy and stuff, because that's everybody knows who fucking Jesus Christ is. Let's just keep that all the way real. And I said it just like that. Everybody knows. There is no good news to tell. Going back to Hebrew Israelite, I'm gonna say this again. I'm not express information so they can expose people to information that they might not know. That's not what I'm telling you. But what I am saying is this annoying shit that people have where they feel like just because they came across some information that if people don't believe it, that they just keep pushing. And I'm being careful with this because I know a lot of people say, well, you're being hypocritical because you always put the gynocratic stuff. I'm pushing that because I'm saying that's the answer. But even going back to this thing about being African versus being, one of the things that annoyed me in that I haven't listened to all of it because actually Cocaine, I believe, gets on it. One of the things that annoys me about that video is you're listening to it. She sound young. She sound like she's probably south of 25. You listen to basically a chick that's operating like a little girl that can't be told shit. And her parents didn't tell her she was Hebrew Israelite. She's going to say, I'm not African, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Well, how do you know? Well, Hebrew Israelite is my race. Okay. So number one, you don't know the fucking history. And number two, it wasn't like your parents told you that. You just found that shit out in the book. So let's keep it all the way 100. You don't really know. Or I'll say this, you don't know what you are more than the evidence is put out there to basically say that you're that you were bred here, because most black people believe that all black let me start here to be fair. Most black people were taught that slaves, that majority, and even though it's obvious this isn't true, but if you actually look at it, because even though you weren't explicitly told, that all the black people out here can trace their descendants to slaves. That's actually not true. Most black people were actually bred here, which means this is a big reason why you can't trace your direct lineage. Like how, for instance, in Brazil, they can trace a lot of them can trace their lineage. We can't, because they weren't really bred here, bred in Brazil. We were. This is why when a lot of people say, well, only a certain amount of slaves came over here and the number is actually small as to what was shipped in the United States, they purposely don't account for the sites. Some of them are in Maryland, in the Chesapeake, and they're in other places where black people were bred, and then our population exploded to have what we had in the South, and that's why motherfuckers got scared and stuff like that, because our numbers. And they won't also tell you that more women came in the the ending part of the slave trade, because they were giving, they were saying, the UK basically said, we're killing or Britain Empire said, we're killing slavery. Y'all got a 25-year head start. And so they started more converting to get women in order to read. That's not really taught in school, because that makes white people look bad. But there's evidence of that here. There's not evidence. I mean, there's breeding farms. I mean, some of them in the Chesapeake area, they're there. So my point is, we're just told slavery happened. There was a slave trade, but not really the mechanics of it. So I understand that. So I'm not trying to act like anything other than what you taught in school is bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, this bullshit where people that think they know shit but don't know shit. Like this female, this fucking little girl. Well, I don't want to hear that. Da, da, da. I don't give a shit that you have insecurity issues, and the Hebrew Israelite shit is a religion that allows you to be emotionally satiated. I'm not black. I'm not this. Because of colorism. I'm Hebrew. I'm empowered. I don't give a fuck about that. Because I don't give a fuck about your insecurities. I'm going to say it just like that, just like that. Because I already know what that is. This is why women always get... I'm not saying Hebrew Israelite is a cult. Let me be very clear about that. But when you hear a lot of these ultra pro-black hoteps and these females, which are not Hebrew Israelites, which is these females and then they come out of it and then they act like, I fell in love with this man and his charisma and he abused me, it's because they're looking for something, because they're fucking empty. I don't care about that, because that's a personal issue. And I say that I'm a short dude. So real talk, it is a real talk, everybody has their issues. It's up to people to recognize them and fix them. And this thing about you get this information and you want to push it. All I needed to hear from her was she's talking about she's 100% pure Hebrew Israelite, but her parents ain't told her shit about it. Bitch, you not pure Hebrew Israelite. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And I don't need to even hear more of that video. It's like, I'm tired of that shit. Because it's the same thing that happened on my video where these motherfuckers came on my shit like a month ago. And it's like they want to force you to believe something. Look, man, I'm going to tell you straight up. When it talks about me, talk about this gynocracy shit, I put the information out there. And we examine the evidence. Because real talk, I'm interested to see if y'all actually got counter evidence. So I say, this is what it is. This is why I think what it is. This is the evidence that backs it up. You can either believe it or not believe it. Because if you don't believe it, then that's on you for being ignorant. Just like how if we're really all Hebrew Israelites and I don't believe it, then that's on me for not believing it. Whatever happens, happens. But another thing, this is the last thing I'm going to say is, for people to believe that they're African Americans, what she was saying was not applying. She said some dumb shit saying, well, if you fuck with white women, it's always white women. It's never anybody else but white women. This is kind of how I know this is coming from like a sexual need of validation. Well, if you fuck with white women, that means you're a homosexual. Even though our women are most masculine acting, including she was incredibly disrespectful to BGS. I don't give a fuck what she talk about. She call them motherfuckers crackers all day. When she get in front of them white men in person, she ain't acting like that. You know she ain't acting like that. So anyway, she wants to sit here and it was the same thing with on Mr. Fantastic. It's no matter what it is, it's like motherfuckers don't know how to talk to black men. It's like no, you don't, it's like you all do not have an ability to actually know how to fucking communicate. It's like it's got to be what the fuck I say. Otherwise, we can't have a conversation because I'm just going to act like a bitch. And I'm going to say it just like that, man, because that's what it is. And it's like, I know you're not talking to non-black men like that. You just going to choose not to engage. And that's why Rodney got mad like he got. I understood because it was annoying. But just to say, you need to start accepting that people don't believe that shit. If you want to, if you're a Hebrew Israelite, then more power to you. It's cool. It's just like if you're a nation of Islam, more power to you. Everybody's not going to operate within that. So there has to be this commonality that you have to communicate people through. Not well, it's what the Most High says, and I don't see nothing else, so fuck you. But then there's no point talking because you're not really trying to have a conversation. You're just trying to preach, and I'm not trying to hear that shit. Well, we're not really African American. We're really Native American Indians, and we were just lied to. If every black person realized he was a Hebrew Israelite, or every black person realized he was a Native American, what changes? The culture issues, the way black women act towards black men, don't change. So therefore, people act like it's just that black people are educated. No. Motherfuckers want to do what motherfuckers want to do. And I don't want to make all these constant live streams because I really wanted to let y'all know it's in the 7th hour. But real, yeah, what's up, Cocaine? I haven't seen the part where you get on there. I'm curious to see what you say. But yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. Like, real talk. I'm going to start cutting the conversation. I'm like, look, man, you can believe what the fuck you want to believe. But this fucking emotional need you have to convince me or convince other people that you're not really African, you're African American. And the big reason why I'm going to speak to this too is because this is the part of ADOS that people don't talk about. You got a lot of these motherfuckers that's really not running it, but it's in the background, fuming. And we check our own house. I'm not gonna sit here and act like this doesn't exist at all. Although it doesn't exist to the extent that a lot of people try to act like it does, but it is a lot of people that's in here on that kind of behind the scenes own that shit. If you own that shit, you work within the shit you own and build that up and present your case. But stop trying to infiltrate into other people and try to flip people to think what the fuck you think. So at the end of the day, and I'm gonna end it with this, that shit well, if you fuck with non-black people, that means you're a homo if you fuck with non-black women. Okay, if that's some bullshit you want to believe, then you can believe that. You can believe that. But keep it real. Everybody ain't a Hebrew Israelite. Just like I just did a video talking about the differences between SYM and Igmore. There are clear differences, but there's more similar than not, and that's okay. But this thing where black people think because they have no power that they can use this false righteous argument. I don't never try to act like I'm more righteous than anybody. I just put the information out as it is. And if you choose to believe what you want to believe, it doesn't matter what you believe except the consequence of you want to believe. If you want to believe that gravity is not real and then you jump off a cliff, then you accept accountability or nature will give it to you of laws of physics of you believing you can fly. And I'm not trying to play Hebrew. I'm just saying it doesn't matter. Either I gotta accept the accountability for my ignorance, that for whatever it is. It is. But this thing where people want to have an argument because they think they can overwhelm somebody when they are absence of information. No, if you're talking to somebody that knows more about what the fuck you supposed to know than you, then it's time to shut the fuck up. And this is, and let me be clear, this is not because she's a female. It's the same thing with a lot of dudes that get on BGS and shit. If you don't know, it's time to shut the fuck up. You can't say that. Or dudes want to flip the table. Dudes want to get mad. You're not going to tell me shit. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. Like, I've had interactions with BGS. And real talk, I'll dodge that kind of closing the wall stuff too. But at the same time, it's never disrespectful. It may get animated a little, and I'm not talking about just BGs. I'm talking about anybody. And I don't give a fuck what somebody said about what's it called. That shit was because he tried to disrespect me. But look, I'm tired of that shit. Like I'm moving beyond that bullshit. From now on, motherfuckers that don't know how to communicate, that's what I love about this StreamYard. They getting shut the fuck down. You don't have to agree, but god damn it, this bullshit where motherfuckers act like they want to be. I mean, this bitch, and I'm gonna say it just like that. She came on there sarcastic as fuck. Well, okay, da-da-da. I said, bitch, you fucking. This is the shit that be in black men's head when motherfuckers knock the shit out y'all in a fucking nail salon. This is why motherfuckers don't be giving a fuck. Because it's shit like that. Like, cause this is what's forefront in a lot of black men's head. Is this fucking like just natural built disrespect. And it's like, yeah, you put that on somebody else and Darwinism taught you what the fuck it is. And let them go to jail. But anyway, I didn't want to make this a long thing. It's on the 7th hour. Yeah, cocaine. I mean, cause look, most black women I engage with and I deal with know how to talk like they got some fucking sense. I'm not asking you, oh, you need to respect me like a man. But god damn it, you gonna talk to me like a fucking human being. You're not gonna come at this like this sarcastic bullshit. I mean, like, this wasn't like what Carib was doing. She was being intellectually dishonest, which is annoying as fuck. But that little bitch, and I'm calling her a bitch because that's what she was acting like. I'm really not quick to call black women a bitch. But if you acting like one, you gonna catch it. You gonna hear it. Because somebody needs to tell you. So anyway, I'm out here cooning, watching the NFL game, watching Chicago Bears. So let me continue my cooning, watching the NFL, being programmed while I'm working on this bullshit computer. And I apologize. I don't know why the fuck that timestamp link didn't work. Because I know that's an 8-hour long hangout. But for real, man, y'all should listen to it. Because I mean, and this is a little girl too. Anyway, shout out to Sub-Zero. I hear they got you, man. You two really fucking people. But and another thing I want to say before I end the video, man, it's tomorrow. Another thing I want to say too, because shout out to Sheila, is you got dudes that are in a couple of camps. You got dudes that are like, I don't want to hear no female talk ever, and I'm not necessarily in that camp, you know, because if I don't want to engage, I don't have to engage. So I have no problem engaging with females, because we gonna talk from logic, but I instantly know the difference between somebody I could talk to and somebody this is on this card. There's a lot of dudes, and I'm not saying whether they're right or wrong, that they just see red. It's like no matter what female is coming on and doing. That's not how I think. Because it's not about the woman, it's about what the fuck y'all are saying. And y'all just happen to be saying the same dumb shit all the time. When you operate outside of that, I know, you're going to get a different reaction. Like, for instance, there's people, as much real shit as Kendra say, there's people that's like, oh, it's because it's Kendra, I don't want to hear it. Like, I don't get that, because it's telling me you're not really listening to what's being said. You have this thing where it's like, oh, I'm just waiting for the turnaround. In real talk, I'm not like that. But when you start switching up the information and you start saying some dumb shit, I'm going to call out the dumb shit that gets said. And that's with anybody. Y'all have seen me big up certain women, and then there's women that they started to switch it up and say some stupid shit, or maybe they started to sneak the shit in, and I call out what they tried to sneak in, because that's operating outside of logic. And if maybe they have a good reason to doing it, maybe they don't. It is what it is. Like now, everybody's talking about securing the bag. And you see how goofy that shit looks with K. Michelle, because people are not trying to secure the bag coming up. They're trying to secure the bag on their way down. Oh, I just got a great video. For y'all. Securing the bag. Cocaine, you should actually do this. You or Kendra should do this. I got a video for y'all. And y'all should do a co-hangout. I think that would work. Securing the bag versus trying to get a golden parachute. A lot of these females are really trying to get golden parachutes rather than securing the bag. They know they're on their way out, aka the wall, and they're trying to get a good retirement plan, and they're trying to go back to what they call the used car market, aka the dudes they didn't want to get off great now that their fucking credit report is fucked up, aka they got kids, they got weight, they got stretch marks, they're old dog that you can't teach new tricks. And a lot of people keep talking about securing a bag when in actuality, and I'm not even talking, I want to make it very clear, I'm not even necessarily talking about Nicole Michelle. I'm just talking about just the ideology. There's a difference between teaching women coming up how to secure the bag and teaching women that maybe got one kid and they are actually ready to change, to now that they want to change, actually attract a better quality man as far as quality for them. And then these motherfuckers that really they want a golden parachute. They deep down, they know it's over. They know they fucked up, and now they're mad. K. Michelle, she decided to get the blow up ass. Nobody made her do that. And now she talk about my kids, my bag. I'm not submitting to nobody. You gonna have to come to me. Stacey Dash, these golden parachute bitches. And I'm like, no, you are not getting a golden parachute. And I'm going to tell any nigga that tries to give you one, they deserve everything you do to them. Everything you do to them, taking them for all they worth, they deserve it because they chose it with eyes wide open. It's just like somebody that decides to sin once he claims he's saved. There's a special place in hell for those folks. Because now you can't say you know not what you do. Now it's a choice. Now you can't use ignorance. And black people got a bad habit of wanting to use ignorance as a mechanism to scapegoat shit. Ignorance and cowardice. Black men too. This is a universal black problem. So yeah, I know I'm going to do the video, but I'll give it some time to see what y'all think. Securing or leveling up versus getting a golden parachute. How black women are trying, how women, not even black women, but how modern women are now trying to save themselves from the wall. And then I'm gonna do the machine city that made himself look like a face in the last Matrix. That's what the wall looks like, because it's about to eat your ass. Anyway, that being said, yeah. But that's another reason why we need, I'm gonna tell y'all, the reason why I mentioned that, I mean, y'all go see it. So it is what it is. But that's why we need the site that I'm talking about. Because when shit like that happens, we need for people to just be able to re-up and basically get their subscribers back some way. That's the only way to make some of these channels delete proof. Because a lot of these guys are delete proof. Like Jap and Tommy and Professor, they're delete proof. That's fucked up. So anyway, that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.